Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, I'm going to go to this, talk to you about the stock market stuff. Now, this is our big picture here in the Dow Jones. Last night we had this giant ABCD. Now I had to extend this by 1.27 because of the power. You can see that this thing is so powerful as opposed to this one, and that's why the 1.27 measured up here to 453.12. We got the high as 453.71, 60 points higher, and now you can see we backed off about 300 points. Now we stopped. The low of the day so far was exactly 61% of the low that we came in here. Folks, it's a Friday in an up week, in an up month. It's going to be really hard to close this market, close it lower today, but it's certainly a possibility. The NASDAQ, which is the one we focused on the most, let's get this up here. Somewhere I have the NASDAQ, and here it is. You'll see there's where we are. Okay, now this was the action so far today, folks. I just want to show you. There's the move yesterday, okay? You see the ABCD? Then what we did last night, here's Fridays. You see we got right up to here, right there. Okay? Now, that didn't take that high out. Now, remember, this is when the S&P and the Russell, I'll show you the Russell in a minute, but this is when the Dow was making a new high. This was not. And so that was a period of divergence, and it came down. Then you can see you had the big move down. There was the first 382 retracement from the high right back here to the low. The 382 came right there, 2382. It then dropped 100 handles. Now we've got a lower, and if you look at that closely, you'll see an A. You know, you think you're crazy, but all this stuff does is do this. There's your ABCD leg. Right down there, right near the low, misses it by, well, it might have taken that high. Anyway, we have a new 382 to look at because we've made a lower low. Whenever this is even clearer because what we'll do is we'll measure it from this one right here, and we have to measure it from both because remember, there's two spots to look at. Okay, there's the 382 on the high from yesterday, but we have to look at the one back here, which is the high, the real high. That's the real, shut the front door. Me and the technical stuff. Anyway, at least I got this email thing fixed. This is going to be fun. You'll see there's where we are. And that we can see the 382 comes in almost a little bit away from that. Now we'll blow it up and see it. Well, you can see they're both really close, and they're not very far away right now. Just blow this up a little bit. You'll see that number is here at 2380. It's 40 pips away, so we could easily get a 382 retracement on this as we're moving along. Now, as we take a look at the Russell, remember, the Russell, the difference between, you always ask the little kids a question, which is faster, the rabbit or the fox? And the answer to that question, folks, is real easy. It's the rabbit. And you know why? The rabbit is running for his life. The fox is running for his dinner. And that's what the big difference is. You can see here last night on the Russell when they were making all of those big moves, the Russell was going right up to the 618 right here. That was not a 382, it was a 618. And then, of course, we backed off, and then we're just making a 382 in the Russell right now at 2295. All righty. Now, we've already covered the S&P, what it's been doing. Oh, I don't think we've covered it enough to see where we are anyway. Okay, now I have to show you the cattle market here, folks, because I can't even believe this. It was so incredible. I mean, hold on just a second. Wait, I've got a window tile vertical so I get everything in here. I was watching cattle very closely today, folks. Let me show you why, all right? I had a really nice ABCD pattern, 2 of them. Okay, now there was the one from Thursday. Okay, so that completed that move. Now here was the buyback right here. So I bought cattle right there, and I sold them right there. I made 2.5 cents. Okay, then I went short. Okay, and then I'm getting ready for the radio show. So, well, I better put an order in just in case it pulls back. And look what it did. It pulled right back to the 382. Folks, this was like 2 minutes ago. Well, I mean, here, I'll show you how quick it was. Let's just get it up here on a 2-minute chart. This was right when we were coming on the air. There was my order, and I didn't get a chance to stop, to change my buy stop, so I got long. And so this goes to charity, this goes to me. So anyway, anytime I make a mistake like that, I give that away. But as you can see now, this is a really rocking and rolling market, folks. And boy, you better have stops in, or you are going to be TOAST, which is a breakfast food. And we just made another ABCD up in this level right here. But cattle are really, really, really volatile. Well, everything's volatile now, folks. Things have changed. Another thing happened last night that is very important. Okay, remember here, we've been watching soybeans. And soybeans have been acting pretty good. And last night, what did they do? There was that one that we missed. Look at the beautiful 382 here last night, folks. Right on the money. And there it was, just about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then bang, away she went. It's up another 16 cents from there. It looks like we're heading higher. That's what it looks like here in the beans. Now, what I did, and everybody's going to be laughing at me because they laugh at me a lot, which is all right. I said, folks, as many times, they ain't going to stop eating cookies, bread, and pizza. The number on this stuff is coming in, and you can see here, we've been here at this level here for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and that's at 525. I became a farmer tonight, folks. I bought it at 525. I'm risking 519. It's got to get to 519 to get me out. That means I'm risking $300. I don't have to put up anything for margin. Well, I have to put up margin, but I don't have to lease the property or own the property. I don't have to buy the tractors or lease the tractor, hire anybody, buy the seed, rosaries for praying for good rain, or it's not too much rain, or just the amount of rain. You don't have to do any of that. You just put it on, you become a farmer, you get 5,000 bushels of Christmas wheat, and if it's good, it's going to make some money. If it's not, you're going to lose $300. But, if you'd have done that back here, some of these big moves have, been pretty good. From here to here, folks, that's $7,000. I'm risking, I don't expect to do anything like that, but I'm only risking $300. Why would anybody sell wheat down in here? I mean, that'd be like selling it here. It's just not, it's none of my business. For everybody, there's a chance, and for every chance, there's someone there to take it. So let's move this out of the way here and see where we are right now. Okay, let's get this out of the way here. Okay, shucks, I missed a good profit in this one. Doggone it. See, I sold that ABCD here now, son of a gun. So I should have done the same thing that I did on the other. It comes right down to the 382, and I'm going to break even on this one because that's the way it goes. Not to worry about it. 6 one, half dozen of the other. I missed it. That's just that's what, $300. But that makes up for the one in the cattle. So not to worry about it. All right, let's get on. We did that with this. Checking out this Russell one more time here. Hold on a second here. We'll be right back, folks. Bear with us, and we'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is the stop and P. There was the thing from last night, from the last couple of days. There was the ABCD measured up here. The market broke. We had a little bit of a rally, just about exactly 50%. But I wanted to walk through and show you where we are right now because, yeah, there. Well, it went to the 61% retracement. Then we had the really big break. Okay, now when we see a big break like that, all you got to do is do this, folks. You have the big breakdown, correct? There's your high right back there. All you do is you go over here. Oh, boy, I don't know. Sorry, folks. And look where it stopped. Exactly at the 382. Now, we've broken down, have a new low, right? So what you want to do, nobody's ever seen this kind of stuff before, folks, so pay attention to it. At least I think it's important. And there we are right now. We're banging heaven's door again. We just hit another 382 here in the stock market, if that's correct. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But the thing that's going on here, the big daddy rabbit's no longer leading the pack, folks. This is the Dow. Shut the front door. This is the NASDAQ. And look, it just keeps getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. This is action today. There was your high in the middle of the night right here. Okay, that was a little ABCD right there. So that's important because it took that long to do it. Then we have the big move down. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to measure that one, get that over here from this high right here down to the new low. And we just went up and banged it just right on the money here. Just a little while. We're already 50 handles below it, for God's sake. No, 40 handles below it already. It's not acting very good. This was the leader of the pack, folks. It's not leading the pack the last, since Monday, actually, when we made that big number. If you'll remember, let's get that up on that 4-hour chart because that was a really big one. Okay. Oh, yes, we got Mike Moore as our guest today. God bless him. I thought he was not going to be able to make it. He's going to talk to us about this. Anyway, you can see here, all we did today, and we also made another ABCD here. Hold on one second. I hope Al's listening. I'm going to refresh this so that everybody can see it, and then we can see the ABCD here that's down here because we hit another one. See there. There it is right there. That was that ABCD down. Okay, now what we've done is just rallied back to the 382 again. This is telling us that we're moving to the downside. Remember, this number right here was exactly, I believe that was a daily, wasn't it? I remember I did so many of these things. Nope, it must have been, oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. This is the continuation chart, and that's not it. Let's try it with this one here. Nope, doesn't show it the same way. Well, I do have it, so let me just get it up here because I saved it. That's where it is. There it is right now. It's a 60-minute. There it is right there. And you can see there's the ABCD. Measures perfectly to right to there. The number is 24044, and the high was 24800. It missed it by 30 points. And now, folks, we're down in here. This is what we've come to. See, we made these down here. We just did this in here. So this is why, we're coming down pretty good. It's still bullish, of course, but this is a Friday, and this is not an up week. It's going to be really surprising because it should be up week on an up Friday. That's the way it should do. Now, I'd like to share with you something that I use as a technique that sometimes helps. Okay, when I'm watching the indexes in the middle of the night, I have a regular tablet set up. This is what my chart looks like. Now you can see here where the E-mini is trading up here at 608. You can see the YM is right up here, right on the highs of the day. And then you can see the NASDAQ, but look at the Russell. Had the 61% retracement. It already turned down. It went way below the bottom of this page, folks, down to 2280 or something like that. See, this is telling you that something has changed, and that gives you an indication. This took a little while to catch up, and so did this, but this caught up right away. See, these are lower highs. This was a lower high, new highs, new highs. So there was a distance between that. So that's what I was watching. And then at the end of the day, I check it out just to see if it continued down the way that I thought it was going to do. And then you can see when they started down. See, this started down really quick, and this was a little later, and look what's happened. We went lower here, of course. We've made lower lows on all of these things. The low in the S&P was 64.65. Okay, we're 64.74, something like that right now. So I'd set it up. Watch these four to look at. This is the second highest open interest, okay? This is the first highest open interest. This is the third, and of course, this is the fourth. The Dow Jones, folks, is only about 20 of the stocks that are triple digits, and part of that move, believe it or not, was Warren Buffett buying United Healthcare. Come on, give me a break, Warren. Let me put this up here. Well, he's certainly better to buy it there than to buy it at 600. Let's get it up. Here's United Healthcare on the daily. You'll see it's up a little bit today. Oh, Jesus. There you go. There you go. There's why the Dow went nuts. Okay, this used to be, folks, are you ready for this? A $620 number. Now you're buying it at half price on a gap up of $20-some. Give me a break. Anyway, of course, you don't think Warren, he bought it here, and he told us about it today. That works out pretty good. Anyway, but that's what you're seeing here. Let's see what that is off of the long-term weekly or daily. It looks like a 78%. There's where your Dow Jones went. That's 30 points, folks. Actually, more than that. That's why the Dow was doing what it was doing. And if you know that, that'll give you a little edge because it's just one stock, and one stock doesn't cuss the mustard in these days. Okay, all right. Now we need to get over here and talk about one of my favorite. I already talked about the wheat. I want to show you the corn too because I believe that they're making some type of a bottom. I have a hard time giving up on my friends, folks, especially in the growing season. As you can see here, the corn is acting pretty good right now. And it went down didn't get down to our buy point, so we couldn't buy that one, but we were able to be that. Hold on. There you go. Okay, there's where we are. See, I wanted to buy the corn down in here, but I didn't get it bought. Now, we made lower lows in here. Lower low yesterday. I was interested in wheat and not in corn. I should have been, this one's made $500 and the wheat's made $50, not even $50. So that's a big difference between these two, okay? So those are primarily the main ones that we're watching here right now, and we'll see what's going to happen. But looking at that cattle, folks, we live in interesting times, so make sure you get ready for volatility because a lot of ABCDs out there, folks, and if they ever turn over, not necessarily in my lifetime, but if they ever do, Believe me, this is going to be really exciting. Also, the bond market. We've been telling you the bond market's bearish now with that news that they had coming out in the bonds. With the employment, I don't know, these things, whatever the number was. You can see here we've had a pretty significant break to the downside. Let's just go to an hourly chart so we can see it a little better, because we had that big run up. See what happens when you break the 382, folks? See, there's your rally here. This was not even a 382 here, so there was not much you could do with it. It came pretty close, though. Came within about 8 or 9 pips, and then it's broken down. Once you break these 382 supports, folks, the computer boys, they know that that's where it's headed. And as you can see, we are heading down here in this. So let's take a break. We got Mike Moore of More Analytics coming up, thanks to our good head technician and major All-American good guy, Mr. Albert Christopher. We'll be right back, folks. Stay with us.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, here is the crude oil. If you remember, we were looking at a buy here on the 382 retracement back here just yesterday, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It stopped right at the just a little below the 382, and then it went up, and there's your ABCD to the upside. You'll notice that the pullbacks that we have here are very, very powerful. This one was so powerful, it didn't even make a 382. It misses it by about 10 pips. Same thing with this one. And then it goes up, and then it makes its 3 drive to a top pattern. Looking pretty good today, too. Look at this. Here's a perfect example of this. You want to watch for this 382 retracement, which I was doing. This is how you determine trend, folks, on a short-term basis. But there's your 382. Boy, this is looking good, man. Everything's great. Pulls back, really nice. And guess what happens? Bang. You break even. Okay, so what happens if you break even, you come down, what do? You're now in a new ball game, so you want to sell the retracement back. So what you'd be looking for, you go down to the high, your 382 is going to come in right about here, which is 40. You got to put your stop right above here. So you're short now at 63.40. You came all the way down here to 63. So you're going to be at break even no matter what happens now, because at that point you had already made the amount of your risk. So this is starting to come down. And if this is the case, Mike has some technical problems. He'll try to be with us shortly. We've got a whole bunch of ABCDs lining up in crude oil for today. You got an ABCD coming in right about there, and then you got another one back to back right here. So that should give us some pretty strong support for the crude oil today, and that'll be right at the old 61% retracement, or right on the money at 62.79. That's 40 points from where it is, folks. So if we get there, that's where the profit would be. Your stop would be above, right at break even right now, because now you've got a little bit of a profit, so you don't have to risk very much. So that's what I'm doing when I'm watching these things move around, okay? Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but like I say, not everything works the same way. Okay, we got a little bit of action going here in the S&P. Let's just check and see where we are right now, because we've got, let's see what there's where we are. Get this up here so we can make sure we get it. Okay, so we're actually above the 382 now in the S&P here. That's actually a positive sign, because, and in fact, it's halfway through the day, so it is holding up relatively well. I haven't checked the AI today, so let's just give the OA a jiggle and see where we are and help us. Okay, this is what we were looking at this morning. Let's just see how it's fitting. First, bring it over like this. Well, it came down, and I think it probably reversed right here, so I'm just going to invert it just to see that we get everything copacetic on this thing here. And oh, I see what we're doing. Anyway, hold on just a second. There's nothing exciting going on. Get this out of the way. Invert this. All right. Come on. This takes a little longer to do this nowadays, folks. At least it's working. That's the whole key. And get that out of the way and get this out of the way. Yeah, this is it. We've been coming down, and now we're in the midst of a rally. So there's our high right back here. I'm going to get rid of this and go to a 3-minute chart so we can see just the chart and not fool around with this other stuff, because you don't need the other stuff. Okay, I think this might be Mike coming into the house. Let's check. Oh, looks like he's, we got Mike on the line now. Mike, how you doing today, buddy?
Good, Larry. How are you?
We're ready to go. Fire away. Tell us what you're looking at, my friend.
Right on. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. We're in good shape.
So we're going to start off with crude oil.
Yep. I was just going over it, so please tell us what you're looking at, my friend.
So crude oil, we've been bearish from multiple levels. I'm just going to go over sort of the short-term stuff.
Okay.
The maintained gap lower on August 4th left the minor bearish reversal above. That was right here. We've been coming off ever since for the past number of days. We also broke down below this formation, which we've stayed under for a bit here. But then we just held exhaustion down here at 61.94 with a 61.96 low, and it bounced back up to the line. If we were to break back above that line, that would warrant decent strength. It's going to come in at 63.88, minus 0.8 of a tick per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Sunday. By the way, I'm setting all these to 6 o'clock because if I set them at 1 o'clock, I got to redo them all again this afternoon.
I know.
So all you got to do is just back it out that number amount. So to go to 1 o'clock, and then
we're particularly interested in heating oil and gasoline. Let's do gasoline and then heating oil. Yeah, thank you very much.
So RBOB yesterday left the maintain gap higher, but came in weak today. But we also broke above a formation. The trade above 207.67 minus 3 per hour projects this upward 3.5 cents minimum, 4.5 cents plus maximum. And we attained 3.63 cents of that right up to here before rolling over from this line a bit. So if we break above this line, that's going to warrant continued decent strength. That's going to come in at 211.58 plus 1.6 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Sunday. And if we fell back down through this formation right here, which is going to come in at 206.74 minus 2.7 per hour, that will warrant decent pressure, likely to come right down and take out these lows. And then the heating oil, just been chopping around here a little bit. I warned of range expansion today. See the trade below 248.79, warned of pressure. We've seen 28.22 cents from that and a number of other bearish calls in here. If this trades, I would say we came just shy of this exhaustion level here at 220.28 with a 220.57 low and bounced, and we're just been holding underneath this formation right here. If we break above that formation, which is going to come in at 225.59 plus 1 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Sunday, that's going to warrant a decent strength. And since we've already held this exhaustion level, that might propel us into a bullish correction against the move down from 255.34. You want to look at Brent and gas oil?
Yes, please.
Okay. And the Brent, I said we're currently holding exhaustion at 65.10 with the 65.01 low right here, and it rallied $2.05. We'd also, sorry, this happens sometimes. This also broke above this line decently. We should have brought in strength, but it didn't, and we fell right back down through it. So that resumes bearishness from the break below here and the break below this line. Actually, no.
Okay, Mike, we got to pay a few bills here, so stay with us. Mike Moore of More Analytics. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, reports, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we're back with Mike Moore. Please continue, Mike. Oh, please tell me we haven't had a technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on. I hope somebody will give me a heads up here, because I certainly don't know what's happening. And I don't know. Hello, operator. Anybody there? I don't know what else to do, so I'm not even sure what to do. So I guess I will just be patient here. I could sing a few of my favorite Sinatra songs, but that'll mean that I don't know his phone number. It's on speed dial, 617 something, so I don't really know. He says he still hears us in the background, but it's not connecting. He just teams me to tell me that he was listening to this, so I don't know how to get the thing up and running. That's the technical difficulties of that I have to go through all the time. My mic is muted. Yep, I believe. I don't think so. I don't think it's muted. Nope. No, I don't think that's the same. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was all right. Mike, there we go. There we go. We're back in business. Keep going, my friend. This is what I go through 3 days a week.
I don't know
not necessarily.
Strange.
Yeah, well, that happens.
All right,
let's continue on if we could.
So, just jumping to gas oil here. Okay, gas oil, the trade below 71.75, brought in 57.5 of pressure, and then we just held this exhaustion level that you can see here from 645.50 to 643. We held that with a 644.25 low 3 times now, and now we've popped up above this line, which now warrants a short covering. That line's going to come in at 651.07, minus 5 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. We fail back below that decently. That'll negate the bullishness from above it. Further break above this line right here will also project this higher. That's going to come in at 660.43, minus 14 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. You want to jump to the S&P, or do you want to?
I think we'd like to we really like to see the S&P and the bonds, if you'll cover those for us, because you did a great job with those the last time, and like to see what you're looking at for today.
Okay, did you want to look at natural gas at all before I jump to those, or no?
Absolutely. Actually, I'm in natural gas, so please go ahead.
So natural gas, we have been bearish for quite a while. Let's see, bring this up. We've been bearish since the break below $8.20. We've seen $6.68.6 to the downside. That's very macro. And on the lower time frame, break below 373.70 has brought in 973 ticks of pressure. We talked about this on previous shows, and then there's been a number of other bearish calls in here. However, I said, note, I would be aware we are holding a fairly significant trend line below at 276.20 with the 276.40 low, which has the potential to foster a decent bounce. So we are starting to see that decent bounce now, 2 days in a row. You can see that line, right here, a fairly significant trend line that started back in February 2024. So we're bouncing a couple days from that. And in addition to that, I said that if we leave a maintained gap higher on the day, we will leave a minor bullish reversal below. So we have that gap higher. This is likely going to be maintained since we only got 45 minutes to the close. So that'll leave a minor bullish reversal below. And then if we see a further break above this line right here, that's going to want a decent strength. That's going to come in at 299.40 minus 0.6 of a tick per hour starting at 6. And then we have another formation up here that comes in at 310.40 minus 0.3 of a tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Okay, and then your S&P 500. You know, if you've been watching the show for a while, we've been bullish since holding macro exhaustion below at 3502. We've rallied 3,006.75 points to the upside. A lot of other bull calls in here. I did say that a decent break below this line. Let me just see what the decent break is. Decent bid is 20.75. Nope, just half a point shy of being a decent break below here. But if we do get a decent break below this line, which is going to come in at 64.87.85 plus 1.01 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That's going to project this down with 35 minimum, 98 plus maximum. You break below there decently, back up through it decently, though. Look for a decent strength to come back in to take out these highs.
Okay.
And you want to go to the gold?
Yes, please. That's everybody has an interest in that because we've got volatility out in the stratosphere.
So gold just left a minor bearish reversal above here the other day, and we've failed below a number of different formations just visually. We failed below this formation, and this formation, which were all bearish calls. Notated here, the trade below 34.8750 has brought in 112 of pressure, and then we had the trade below 34.7540, 34.5210. One thing that would change that picture is a decent break above 34.2260 to 34.2380. Decent break above there would warrant decent strength again. There's one area you have to be aware of just below here. That's a final possible exhaustion. That's going to come in at 33.67 even to 33.6410. If we take that out and settle below that, the likelihood of a drop down here to 33.1920 increases. And then finally, the Bitcoin. If you've been watching the show for a while, I've been bullish since the break above 16,275. We've seen 108,925 per coin. Since then, a lot of other bullish calls in here. All those were put on hold yesterday. You'd failed back down through this formation, notated right here at 122.850, which brought in 5,240 of pressure, and then the trade below 121.059, which brought in 3,399 of pressure, and that was the break below right here. We've also seen more than that since we've taken out yesterday's low at 117.610 down to 117.175. If we see a further break below this formation here, that's to accelerate the move to the downside. That's coming in at 116.365 minus 13 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Sunday. And that doesn't have a specific projection below it, but I think the likelihood of that dropping down to test these levels down in here will be greatly increased. If we break back above this formation up here, that should be in the news trade.
Mike, you did a great job, my friend. We'll have you on again soon, probably next week. We'll get you in at the full hour since we didn't get you hooked up together, okay? Let's shoot for Wednesday.
I'm back on this computer now, so my main computer's back up. So thank you, Larry.
Okay, we're going to see you. We'll see you Wednesday, Mike. Put it on Wednesday, okay?
Sounds good, buddy. My pleasure.
You got it.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is Bitcoin. We had a high of 24,000 here on yesterday. We've dropped 7,000 points, and this is important. The reason why it's important, we owe this to our good friend John Jameson. By the way, John's come out with a new article. It'll be in the newsletter, but it is knock your socks off about how this bond market has got a chance to really rally. Here's the correlation between Bitcoin and the NASDAQ. It's about 92%. And stop and think, folks. We were 24,000 and now we're at 17,000. This is not a good sign. So if it's correlations like this, maybe this NASDAQ is getting a little bit tired. So we'll have to watch that as we go through and look at this. Those are the main things that we're focusing on today. But remember, folks, the amount of volatility that we're out there, you got to expect something to happen. Something crazy. This is unusual to see the market run from April 7th into the 15th of August with virtually tiny little bit of corrections. So this is really, you can see the red line is basically no corrections. And Bitcoin did some, but not so much the NASDAQ. Anyway, we're watching it, and that's all we can tell you, because when it does turn, and we'll be ready for it, because we've got some tools that help us in a bear market, and that's really what we're here to do, and try to big the thing. Now, Apple is still pretty strong today. I think I have time for an Apple chart, so let me get up here. Well, we just jumped up here in the S&P here. We moved a little bit, and we're now above the 95. We're above the 382 in the Russell, so something must have stimulated these things, and we're bouncing up again. So let's move on here and try to take care of Apple. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get up here fast enough to really make any difference, but here it is. It's probably jumping up again, and nope, it's actually down on the day right now. So one of the it's probably Goldman Sachs. It's not Goldman Sachs. United Healthcare jumping, because it was up 20%. 10%. So that's what we're watching here today, folks. So we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow. Live every day in attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.